all along it just felt like Ezra's classroom teacher and her Hebrew teacher at every moment just wanted to know how they could support Ezra and how they could reach her, both support her learning and her as an emotional being. And I just felt sort of astounded with how available they made themselves, not just in terms of time, but our house is small, and often we were like just sitting off to the side when Ezra had lessons or morning meeting and that sort of a thing. And we just realized like how much they gave of themselves, and they were so present with the kids and responding to them and appreciating them and cultivating their community while recognizing sort of what every child was facing. And for us in particular, Ezra did need some extra sort of support. And I think the first time we really sort of did something kind of unusual but sweet was, it was the day I think Ezra had found out that kids wouldn't be returning. All along we'd sort of held out this hope that maybe there would be this chance to wrap up the school year in person. But when she found out it was official, she had crawled into her playroom blanket fort and wasn't able to come out. And Maura Reina asked that if she could go in on Zoom. And then Ezra very much like opened up to her and showed her like all of her things that were most important to her. And I'm pretty sure they had several blanket fort Zooms, but also stories like Maura Reina, like they would start meeting together, just the two of them too. And sometimes they were ready to get right into reading or math, but other times Maura Reina could just read the situation immediately and made herself available for conversation. I think my other favorite Zoom was that Maura Reina took us into her basement and showed us a trunk of old puppets. And our daughter has wanted to be a puppeteer ever since like she could sort of use words or language to describe what she wants to do with her life. And she's constantly singing and all that. And we went into Maura Reina's basement and she like unearthed these 30-year-old puppets that she'd saved and like took the time to go one by one. And Ezra and Leo were just glued to the screen. And it was just amazing to think, it like really helped us think about the sort of the things that Ezra loves, that Maura Reina also loves. And they also discovered a shared love of biographies through all of this. And Maura Reina has sometimes said this was kind of a unique chance to get to know the kids because suddenly you're in each other's houses. We're seeing people's pets. We're seeing so many aspects of life. But it was just really neat the way that I felt like both she and Maura Elenit completely gave themselves to the interaction. And Maura Elenit, after each Hebrew lesson would end, it would be Maura Elenit and then Ezra and Ezra's good friend, and they would do Hebrew and they would do so much and it would be really rich. But then she would just stop and just give them this chance to socialize.
They used to call it chat time.
Chat time. And
they'd be like, can we have chat time now?
Ezra was kind of overwhelmed by the idea of meeting up with like a single friend on Zoom to chat or play. But this was a space that the teacher had created, and it was honestly her most consistent, most natural social time. And Maura Elenit was never like in a rush to get off to all the things she needed to do. She really kind of honored and enjoyed, and like you would look over and you would just see like the look of appreciation and love on her
beaming
face.
at them as they were, chattering away and holding up their toys and going off on tangents. And it was really beautiful to see that. There she is, enveloping them in her love from afar. Were you in the I was going to add that it was really hard for Ezra to be away from school, and she was really upset and confused and sad about it. And Maura Reina always knew how to meet her wherever she was emotionally, as you said before, and was always willing to change or adapt what she was doing, how often we were meeting, when we were meeting, to help Ezra wherever she was on any given day. And I got to, text and email Reina a lot over the past few weeks, and she just looked out for Ezra in so many different ways. And Ezra really needed that and I think we really needed that as
Mhm.
parents. And
We're very grateful.
we are extremely grateful.